Oh my goodness, right, this is so exciting because I'm stood here in the Primal kitchen with the co-authors by my side of the Primal Gourmet recipe book. Thank you both.
Lucky girl.
I feel very lucky, very lucky indeed.
Nutritionist sandwiched by two gourmet writers.
I think you say gorgeous. I mean, you both are gorgeous. Two gorgeous people. That you are. No, thank you so much for joining us here today. We're going to be cooking up a bit of a storm, pun intended.
Yeah.
So Steve, you may well have seen on air previously, obviously founder of Primal Cure, father of 7, and just health fanatic.
Nowadays.
Not
always been that way.
Well, incidentally, that actually brings me to you, Hannah. So I'd like to introduce you to Hannah Anderson. Hello, you're our Primal chef.
Yes, indeed.
Now, you'll be relatively new to some of our Primal viewers. So let's start by, Hannah, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into healthy eating and healthy cooking?
Yeah. So it really started when I was back at university. You could say I was a little bit unhealthy. I never really exercised. I ate a lot of takeaways at the weekend. I was your typical student who went out drinking as well. And then one day I was at my Debenham Saturday job and I just kind of thought, you know what, I want to get a little bit healthier. And I actually saw one of the classic fitness DVDs. It was a 30-day challenge. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I set the challenge to my colleagues. I said, I'm going to do it. And they're like, no, you're not going to do it. And since then, I've never really stopped working out or kind of eating healthy. And really, when people were like, you just never fell off track, and I didn't. I kind of fell in love with the lifestyle, and that really is how it started.
So it is true, people say that you can get addicted to healthy eating and addicted to, fitness, and do you feel like that was you?
Definitely. I feel like once you start feeling the results, physical and mentally, you kind of just realise what food does to you. And I definitely feel it if I have a weekend where I kind of just gorge on unhealthy foods and kind of go back to how I was beforehand. I definitely feel it. I feel like I have no energy. So that's one thing that keeps me on track, is the way food makes me feel.
Yeah. So how did you actually...
A really good point there is that, converting from being a sugar burning machine into a fat burning machine, which is the process you have to go through to start living healthily, can be a bit of a difficult period, that 1 week to 3 weeks or 4 weeks for some people, to turn the body from being used to consuming lots of sugar to cutting down on the sugar and being a fat burning machine. But I say it's a hard journey to do that, and it's difficult and it has its challenges, but it's actually not as difficult as living unhealthily. So exactly what Hannah just said, that when you go back to the way you once were before, you start to realise how crap you used to feel before, because now you just feel great all the time. So while it is a big journey to get to the right side of the fence and start eating healthily and looking at good nutrition and looking at what vitamins, minerals, supplements we should be putting into our diet, once you make that transition, you never want to go back. You occasionally might have the bad day, you might occasionally have that pack of crisps because you forgot to pack your nuts, or you might be at a party and have a piece of cake, and you should never preclude yourself completely. But it's just once you convert, you convert.
Amazing.
And I can't wait to see what you two have prepped for today, because by the way, I have no idea what they're cooking today.
That's a secret.
I have no idea what you're doing. They've said just sit and observe and comment and make fun of us. So that's how the hour's going to go.
That's it. We want to keep it a surprise for you and a surprise for you at home, but we are now about to reveal. So, Hannah, first of all, what have you got and why have you chosen this recipe?
It's actually a recipe from Primal Gourmet.
Okay,
We're going to do our lemon, chia and coconut energy balls. This is just, I love energy balls. I think they're a great snack that you can prepare on a Sunday evening, take into work throughout the day, throughout the week even. Give it to your kids, give it to your family, and they're really easy to make. Literally 10 minutes, if that. And they just, because they're full of healthy fats, they keep us going for longer. You've got your protein in there, you've got your fiber. They are your this is, if you want to start making healthy snacks, this should be the recipe you start with.
Fabulous.
And the kids love them, right?
Yeah.
My kids love these.
All 7.
Are amazing. In fact, 2 of them have never tried it. So my Matt, who's the airline pilot, he's never tried these yet. And obviously my 3-year-old hasn't, but the other 5 love these.
We'll have to save him some.
And the best thing is you can change the flavours. So if they don't like lemon, you can make like cacao ones, so you've got a bit of chocolate in there, but good chocolate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Really
okay, so you've just referenced lemon there, so obviously you can mix it up. What have you got in your version of the recipe today?
So we've got 190 grams of cashews, literally just plain cashews, not salted, although you can have
not
salted
coated
if you
in
want to
anything.
make sure they're not excessively salted. We've got 4 lemons.
I promised you I wouldn't interrupt too much. Let me interrupt straight away. There is a trick here. When you buy your nuts from the supermarket, don't get them processed. Not that so much that adding salt is a problem, but it puts the price up, because if you get your nuts from the aisle where the cake making oil is, it's now an ingredient and not a finished product. There's no VAT. So if you buy nuts that are like, your KP nuts and all those prepared already as a snack, there's 20% more cost on those because they're a prepared meal, if you like. But if you get your nuts from the aisle that's for making cakes, they're the cheapest nuts and the best value nuts because there's no VAT.
So when people say, actually, it's really expensive to eat healthy, you've basically just given a tip and a trick there that actually makes it more affordable. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm done. That's it. Mic drop, as they say.
That's really interesting. Somebody who cooks a lot of healthy stuff, I never even knew that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know
That's
that.
amazing.
There you go.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
so we've also got 30 grams of desiccated coconut. This is to go in the energy
Just for
balls.
someone that may not understand desiccated, what
Literally just coconut flakes.
Okay.
You will find them in all supermarket stores, just down the baking aisle. So overall, we've got 60 grams of those, 30 to go in.
And this,
Interrupted.
this along with straw, just quickly, this tastes so good, you cannot believe that this is healthy, right? This tastes like sweet.
New ingredients here.
Let me just get my scales back.
This tastes like sweet. I could not believe it when we were researching the book together, because I'd never used this or cooked with it before. And Hannah, I said, well, no, you mean coconut sugar? She said, no, coconut sugar. That's still from the plant, but that is sugar, that's from the leaves. This is from the coconut because it's dried.
Yeah.
It tastes so sweet. I would go as far as to say, how do we say the word? Because I'm dyslexic.
Desiccated.
Desiccated coconut along with strawberries is the sweetest 2 things you can eat that are really healthy.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And they're,
Really
they're really nice to just pop on yogurt as well, and it just gives you that texture as well.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, desiccated coconut. We've
Fabulous.
then got 20 grams of coconut flour.
Okay.
Which is just an alternative to your normal flour.
What's the okay, I was about to say what's the difference. Obviously,
Yeah.
one's coconut, but what's the benefits, the health benefits over using essentially what people might consider normal
So
flour?
obviously you've got the healthy fats in coconut. You've also got the fibre, the omega-3s. It's grain-free as well. So we're getting rid of all the carbohydrates.
Yes.
And then chia seeds as well, another great alternative for just protein, fibre, omega-3s. And they also, if you put water in them, they absorb into like a little gel. So we use them a lot in baking actually, and they're just great for thickening out yogurts and everything if you just pop it in the fridge and leave it alone.
Wonderful. Great. It sort of sounds like even on their own, these would make just great snacks. Just in themselves. I mean, Steve's just dive right into your ingredients there, which is
Straight. No hesitation.
But if perhaps you are a cereal snacker, perhaps you are tempted to go for the chocolates and the sweets. Might be nice just to have these just to pick at work or at school or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Here's the thing, right? When you start going primal, the first week's the hardest week, because then it just gets easier and easier as your body stops being a sugar craving machine. You will trick your body with these, so have them prepared. If you're a van driver or you're out and about or sending your kids to school, have yourself prepared for when you get that sugar craving. Yeah. The first few weeks, it's the hardest. Having these energy balls, which there's no sugar, this is all goodness. But when you taste these in a minute, when Hannah,
I know, I'm like, when are we making these? I want to
you
try
will
them.
not believe that these are 100% primal, right? It gets no more primal than this, and certainly those first few weeks, you need these in a tub, ready to go. When you get that sugar craving, you taste these; they're amazing. Anyway, get on with it.
Amazing.
Great.
So healthy really can be tasty. Right, so I'm kind of getting a little bit desperate now to try these. So show us, is there an order? Tell me how to make this. How do we make this?
We're basically, we're going to use our Primal Cure Slender blender. We're basically just going to chuck the cashew nuts in there, blitz them until they're quite a crumb texture. Then we're going to pop all the other ingredients in there. And we didn't mention this before, but we are using organic raw honey. But again, this is nature's, what we say is nature's candy. It gives us the sweet bit and obviously holds the balls together. So yeah, it's just a case of throwing it all in the blender, bring it into kind of like a mixture dough ball, and then we can just get handy with our honey.
Brilliant, let's do it. Let's do this.
Cool.
Okay.
We're going to start by chopping up some lemons because we are using the juice.
Brilliant.
No artificial flavour drops or anything. Literally just the juice of lemon.
So it's going to give it a nice little tang then, is it? So you've got the coconut, but then a zesty twist to it.
I really like the flavour of these because it's just really refreshing. I always tend to have it in the morning, so around like 11 o'clock if I've been fasting, and I just want something to give me a boost until lunchtime. So yeah, they're just really refreshing because I think although I do love kind of like chocolate energy balls, like using cacao powder, these are just nice and refreshing in the morning because not everybody likes having something heavy or like chocolate wise.
I love it, yeah. And the thing is, who doesn't want more energy? I know there's days, it can be many days actually, sometimes where if I haven't had enough sleep, and sleep is so important, something that we talk about a great deal here, and Steve, you've referenced in your book, the Primal Cure book, sleep is so massively underrated and underestimated as well. But if you do need that extra kick in the morning, perhaps something's disturbed your sleep, we can't have a perfect night every night, then this can give you that bit of a boost.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, it's got energy in the name.
Yeah.
So what's actually happening with this? Is it?
Before we do, let's just quickly show the Slender blender because we have to make some money somewhere. Can't have a free cooking program, which is what you're going to get. So Slender blender we designed to be for kitchens where you haven't got masses of rooms, where you don't want lots of different devices. So what you get is this one, which I'm going to in a bit. I'm going to come and do my own little smoothie, but basically yes. Well, if you allow me,
of course.
It's twofold. It works like this when you're doing your drinks and your blends and drinks and so on, but then you take it, turn it upside down. It's the only 2-in-1 that I know of in the market. Can I?
Go for it.
So how much do I pulse it?
Keep going. Yeah. Stop.
She was like this the whole time we were doing the book.
Was it? Yeah, was it like
and
that?
nine times out of 10, you've taken it too. She'd go, keep going. Then she'd go, you've taken it too far, start again.
We basically wanted
more,
to be
okay?
a little bit more.
Right.
Okay.
Happy?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good.
We're going to chuck the rest in, and then we're going to do it again.
So I'll leave you to it, ladies. I was just sorry to interrupt.
So multi-purpose. That's amazing. So you've basically got your food processor and a blender in one. It's
exactly. Because I feel like a lot of people have too many bits and bobs of blenders at home. I know for a fact my mum, before I kind of introduced her to this one, she had a blender here, a food processor here, something else over. It takes up so much space, and this is just. You've basically got it all in one.
Yeah, if you've got minimal countertop surfaces and space in your kitchen, I've got to be honest, my kitchen is so poorly designed. And I'm like, but this is perfect because I'm able to put it in there and I can make so many recipes. By
the way, I decided before we filmed the show, we're going to give a copy of the book for free.
For free?
With the Slender blender. So you've got a £20 cookbook, which is all health. It's the Primal Gourmet. Hannah and myself have written the recipes between us. And there's a big introduction at the beginning to really explain what food. We've done like a traffic light system, where you've got all the green pages that tell you all the foods that are really, really healthy for you, all the ingredients that are great for you. Then we've got like an orange section, what to eat in moderation. And then we've got a big section in red, what not to eat if you want to live healthily. So all the diets in here are health diets, but they're also diets for the entire family to make you feel great. Because we know that certainly when it comes to kids and my kids, unless we can give them some snacks that look and taste and behave like the unhealthy snacks they normally have, then we weren't going to win the war of getting our kids to eat properly. So we've got breakfasts, we've got We've got drinks in here, we've got main meals, and we've got lots of desserts that are totally healthy. Anyway, back to your... I was going to say,
just don't want anyone at home to miss anything as well. So no, absolutely right. The Primal Gourmet is full of amazing, tasty but healthy recipes, such as this one here.
I'm kind of literally just, so we've put in the cashews, we've blended it until we've got a fine powder. All the instructions is in Primal Gourmet, and now we're just popping all the rest of the ingredients in there. Are you just
catching the pips there? So
I am, yeah. So I'm kind of improvising because we don't have a lemon squeezer, but this is actually a really...
you can use your hand, you can buy a small little sieve to let the juice come through and catch all the pips.
But yeah, as you can see there, like
use your hand
all of the pips there, just pop that in the sink.
Yeah.
And now we are just going to pop in the
It's giving me a boost, even just the smell of it. That's citrus.
That's what I mean when it's really refreshing. It's just a nice boost in the morning. And as well, honey. I definitely had to grow a little bit to honey when I started eating more primally. But now it's definitely an ingredient that I love. And of course, it's full of so many health benefits.
Yeah, and my kids are like, Dad, you always said no sugar or cut the sugar right down. So look, the amount of honey we put, and first of all, we're not talking about sugar that's been highly processed. This is why you want raw honey. Because one of the big problems we have isn't just carbohydrates and sugar, it's processed foods. So you want raw organic honey. You only put a tiny bit in, that'll give you that sweet flavour, but full of goodness. And if you can, I mean, get it from the supermarkets, that's one thing. If you can get local honey,
even better.
And local honey from your local area, there's something about geographical locations. If it's local to where you are, it helps fend off all sorts of bugs and nasties and things.
Yeah. Wow, incredible. So you've got the honey in there.
We've got everything in there now.
Fabulous.
Just apart from the leftover 30 grams of desiccated coconut, because that's what we're going to roll them in.
Careful, Steve might have that in the meantime.
He might, I mean...
Should we move that over? I think we're going to pop this over here, just to keep it safe.
So yeah, we're now literally just going to blend that all together. And as you can see, it will then...
Wait, so that's already, it's done that quickly, sorry.
That quickly.
Wow, okay. It's powerful. My goodness, so quick, so easy.
So you can smell that already as well.
Oh, do you know what? You can really smell both the sweetness, but also the zest.
Yeah.
Steve's like, I've got to get involved. I've got to get involved. I thought you were coming to smell it.
I'm just not waiting. I'm just not waiting.
So apparently moving the coconut didn't actually help with something.
Great.
So yeah, it really depends on if you've made energy balls before or not, to kind of the texture you want. I am going to blitz it just probably at once more.
I honestly just can't get over how quick that is.
I know, yeah. And a lot of blenders out there cannot blend nuts that well. And we also say that you can make nut butter with our slender blenders, which is just really great, so you know exactly what's going in nut butters, because there's so many out there that just has added sugar, ingredients you can't pronounce. So if you can, make your own nut butter, or at least buy nut butter that is just purely nuts that have just been blitzed until they cannot be whole anymore. So yeah.
Fabulous. I have to say, I was really quite surprised when you said you were putting nuts into this, and I thought, oh my goodness, is that going to be? It's right. Pop that there.
I just throw everything.
Is that okay? Is it going to be able to withstand that? And also, I've got to be honest, even the noise of it. You know, I've had a food processor in the past, which honestly, you'd have people wanting to walk out of the room. Whereas this, I mean, this is on screen. We've got microphones on. This is amazing.
When you design any product, you end up with like 4 or 5. Like, what are we after? So we wanted kitchen saving space, number one. So my son's Jack's going off to university. You know, we want something that he can have small to take away with him because he's in a small dorm. We wanted something, of course, great value for money, something that was powerful, but also because we're normally making things in the morning while some of the kids are still in bed, we wanted that quiet factor to it.
That makes sense. Smart. I'm sorry, I've got to ask, what are you doing here now?
So now that we've literally blended everything together, you can just get messy, basically.
Can I get involved?
Yes,
Can I get involved? Okay, so just literally roll them into balls.
We just want the ball to be
You wash your hands
Yes,
off it?
my hands are washed,
Good.
of course. I'm not going to do a cooking show without washing my hands, of course.
We basically just want it to be a bite size. Don't go stupidly humongous because, as we say with everything, eat it in moderation.
Yeah, nuts are one of those things that are undoubtedly one of the most healthy foods you can eat.
Yes.
But if you are trying to lose weight, portion control is one of the very few things when you're eating primally that portion control still plays a little bit of an element.
Yeah.
Because, for example, one peanut has as many calories, but they're good calories, as a Tic Tac, right? So if you're trying to cut back your energy, you know, and you're trying to cut back the amount you're eating, maybe you're on a 5-2 diet, which is where for 5 days a week you try and restrict your calories with a sort of intermittent fasting, then you want nuts because they're great, they're full of so many things that are great for us, but just portion control a little bit.
But so in terms of calories, you know, you can have essentially a good calorie but a bad calorie as well. So we wouldn't say all calories are equal?
No, there's no such, I mean, calories actually are one of the worst measurements ever invented because they're just a measurement of energy. And I think half of the world, certainly when we're talking about obesity and overweight, one of the biggest problems is we were taught to count calories, and counting calories is stupid and so wrong. And I've been there, and I say stupid, I don't mean to the people at home that are watching this show, but it's just misinformation because
what we've been told.
Yeah, exactly. I was told it's all about calories. It's not. Calories from protein and from fats are much better than calories, what we call empty calories, from carbohydrates. You see, it's about how nutritionally dense you can make your food. That's the number one thing before you look at energy. Those balls are so nutritionally dense.
They look amazing.
This is what your kids need to go to school on in the morning, not out of a cereal box that instantly turns into sugar when we're talking about you know, all the wheat and grain-based products. This is virtually there is virtually no grain at all in here. This is just all.
And again, these are just really great to just pop into the kids' lunch boxes. And I know people who have made these, and I mean, I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, and a few of my brothers have made these, and the kids love them. Yeah,
amazing.
And again, they literally just took the base of the recipe, and I think one of my brothers even changed the lemon to the cacao powder. So
mix it up. Mix it
you
up
mix
to your own taste.
It's so easy, and you can't go wrong as long as you've got the base ingredients. Then
Can I just have a little spoonful as well?
And you could roll these in cacao powder afterwards as well and get a bit of that on the coating. You could even melt your cacao powder, I would have thought, with a bit of almond butter and melt it in there with cacao powder and roll it in one more time so you've got the coconut underneath hitting you, you've got the cacao powder. The great thing with cooking, and Hannah and I share the same belief, is experiment a bit. As long as you know as long as you use our book for the ingredients to know what's healthy and what's not. Because it's important to understand we're not talking about buying chocolate bars and rolling it in chocolate bars that are full of additives and things like that. But if you buy cacao powder, isn't it great that chocolate, if it's pure chocolate, is healthy for you? It's amazing.
Who thought? Who knew?
In my book, I write the 10 health benefits of eating dark chocolate. So if you get dark chocolate, melt it, drop these in, then put it in the fridge for a bit, you could have chocolate-coated energy
And again,
balls.
we all know that kids love chocolate. There's no doubt about that. And if you can
and
make
adults.
it healthy, fun, and delicious, then
you're winning. You are
winning. So
winning.
when people say, "Oh, I can't get my children to eat healthy," they're just simply trying the wrong things. It really is just about experimenting, and just do your research a little bit. Like, I find so many people are just so uneducated when it comes to eating healthy, and
And the thing is, this is something that's basically handed to you in the book, these recipes. Can I just show something? Steve, can I show that book there? Because I know I've got this one open. I just want to show the back of it. Now, when I first saw this, I was, which one should I do it to? Can we see? Oh, I can't hear you. There we go.
Hold it up to camera too. There we go.
Yeah.
We've got no communication.
There we go.
We've got no communication to the gallery. We can't hear anybody today in the show.
Have a look at that. Now, that is so colourful. That is so colourful. To be honest, Steve, when I first saw these pictures, and Hannah as well, I was like, are they healthy? Oh my goodness, they are, but they're tasty.
Healthy. These are all recipes that I would happily have my children eat, my parents eat, my brother, my sister, my nephews, my nieces, because they're all healthy meals. You're welcome.
Absolutely amazing. Right, okay.
So you two have cooked up then some amazing balls.
Yeah, so as you can see, these are just amazing to last a week. So I make these on a Sunday evening, and I have them throughout the week. I would probably have one ball a day, because they're so high in healthy fats, you really don't need any more.
Just one of those to start your breakfast off. Right?
Well, and it'll keep you going.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how old you are. You know, if you're coming off the back of eating lots of cereals and really having loads of calories in the morning, then maybe 2 of these. Okay. But this is a great way to start living primarily. Now, I don't know if you girls have got any more recipes yet. We might have to go to a little advert or something, because I'm going to clear you off from it. I'm going to come and have a go.
I knew it.
Right? I knew, you thought you'd get away with it without me doing anything. I'm going to do a couple of shakes that you could do.
Fabulous, right. So, thank you so much, Hannah.
Okay, I think we've got...
Stay on. You sit here.
Okay, well, we've got plenty of energy balls, which I think we can feed the team with. I'm certainly going to have some, but very fun.
Amazing. You can find this recipe in the Primal Gourmet book, which you're giving away free.
If you've already got your slender blender at home, or if you've got a mixer that you absolutely love and you don't want to upgrade to a superb slender blender, then the book is normally £19.99, but we will do the book on its own, just a special offer right now at £9.99. So we'll do it half price the book anyway, but if you're buying the slender blender, you've got the big version there. We'll show the smaller version in a moment. We'll throw the book in FOC, free of charge for everybody. It's really important, I think, to understand. Maybe you've read the Primal Cure book, the whole health book, but here are 100+ recipes about how to really live healthily. Have a little look at this. I'm going to come back with 2. I mean, they were really quick, right? We've just done that in about 15 minutes? Yeah. I'll show you a 2-minute health blast to get your morning started.
Our environment and the food we eat has changed more over the past 100 years than over the past 1 million, and there are more people suffering with preventable illnesses than ever. So much for progress. How would you feel if I told you that most of what we've been conditioned and brought up to believe about food and health is simply wrong? We've all heard, don't skip breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day. Never sunbathe, it causes skin cancer. Eat 3 meals a day and eat little but often, and so many more, and all are wrong. Some of the biggest health misconceptions of modern times. Primal Cure is here to challenge these misconceptions and unveil the truth about weight loss and how to improve our health and ultimately our longevity. Steve Bennett, the author of Primal Cure, details the picture as it unfolded for him on his journey to restoring his own health and well-being after spending his adult life overweight.
So we have just had the lovely lemon chia coconut energy balls made by Hannah. They're fabulous. Just a little reminder as well, need to keep them in the fridge. Right?
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Right. Well, that's okay. Right. So we couldn't keep. Are you ready?
We've eaten most of them.
We couldn't keep Steve off. So you've come in now to do your own. Is it smoothie recipe you're doing?
Yeah. Look. We just saw how to use the blender. And that's great. Well, the chopper, sorry. So the chopper comes in the big package, sub £50, the whole lot. We're going to throw in the book. You get the chopper, you get the blender, you get, I think, just double check, 2 drinking vessels as well. So this is just all encompassing. We'll get it all out and show you in a moment. But I'll show you what you can do with just the smaller package. And the smaller package is just the blender on its own. So. Right. They were great, what you've just done, and they were the energy balls. They were great.
Like a healthy competition going on here. I'm not gonna...
Hey, you should have been with us when we were writing the book, right? Because we both cook in a very similar way and prepare in a very similar way, which is just try it and keep trying and trying and see what works. Right, I'm going to show you a 2-minute. Oh, 2-minute, right?
Wait, this is a competition.
This for your kids in the morning. My kids normally have boiled eggs or fried eggs or scrambled eggs. So my daughter, Jessie, loves doing something similar to this, but with yogurts, because she's very much into a microbiome, and yogurts are great for the microbiome. Fabulous. But in days when a real rush, tap water.
Right.
I'm going to put some protein in. some whey protein, because we know protein is the building blocks of life. You don't ever have to be so precise on any of the things in our cookbook. You could fill the whole spoon up there, but I didn't. Then I'm going to, what have I put in here? I'm going to put some cocoa butter, right? So this is good, healthy, saturated fat, and
this is without sugar.
You know what? I've put it in the wrong box. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll go coconut oil. We're going to go coconut oil, sorry, because.
I say that looks awfully.
But that's the great thing about these kind of recipes is you don't have to follow specific.
Don't have to be too specific. Why am I putting this in? Well, personally, in the morning, if I'm not doing this at all and I'm just having a coffee, I'll put a spoon of coconut oil in my coffee. We call it the silver bullet. It's also one of our recipes, because I want to start off my fat burning process, right? So one of the great things you can do to help nature, once you've got off eating sugars and loads of carbohydrates, what you want to do is kick the fat burning into sort of going and happening, like kick-starting your engine in the morning. So I always have coconut oil. Even if I'm fasting, the morning has to start with coconut oil.
You still have it even whilst fasting? That's
even while fasting, yeah. Then I'm going to put a Slimshots in, and the reason I'm going to put Slimshots in is because it's full of fibre. So what I'm talking here about how to start your day off, right, with a smoothie and no food.
Right, okay, fabulous.
Right, so we've got the goodness of the whey protein. So that's one of the three macronutrients. We've got protein. We want fibre, because we know that if you can eat around 30 grams of fibre a day, that it helps longevity. And then we've got our fat. And that's all I'm going to put, 3 ingredients. In the book on page 88, we put, we also add some more fibre. We put psyllium husk in there, but we don't need to do that. Just give it a big shake. So, in we go, and literally you can put this in for just as little as that, just as short as that, or sometimes I go more and I push down, go again.
Quick.
Yeah.
You could do it with milk instead of water if you wanted to. Have we got a glass anywhere? Yes, we have. So you, try a bit of
Please,
that.
thank you.
So you have this most mornings.
That's lovely.
A minimum, start the day off.
It smells really nice.
Yeah.
It smells great.
Strawberry.
That's the other flavour coming out of the Slim
So
Shots.
as you say, there's a sort of berry flavour, and that's
So the berry comes out the Slim Shots,
Yeah.
the fibre comes out the Slim Shots. Slim Shots, of course, is all about losing weight, because it has a fibre in there called glucomannan. And glucomannan is the only ingredients in the whole of Europe that you're allowed to say the ingredients helps you lose weight. So people like Slim Fast get away with calling it a slimming product because it's a meal replacement.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's labelled as a meal replacement, you're allowed to have claims around losing weight. But if you're talking about an ingredient, the only ingredient in the whole of Europe that carries the claim helps you lose weight is glucomannan. And the way glucomannan works is it expands up to 50 times, 50 times its own volume inside the stomach. It's like a big sponge expanding, and that stops you feeling hungry. So what we've done here, imagine you've just had all your vitamins, all your minerals, you've had your vitamin C, your multivits, you've got all the goodness in. We want to go to work, but we don't want any calories. We really want to really restrict the calories down on that day, but we want some protein because that's the building block of life. We want some quality fat, well that was the coconut oil, and we want to feel full all morning, and we want the fibre because we know we need fibre. That's what we've just done.
So it tastes amazing, it's full of goodness, and you're telling me that it will keep me going energy-wise. And then this glucomannan, the fibre that's within the Slim Shots, expands. So, essentially it's setting off those receptors, the stretch receptors, telling your brain, actually, I'm full. I don't really need to be eating ananymore.
In fact, if you've not seen Slim Shots before, I was just like, can we have the graphics on? And then, by magic, they appeared over here.
Illusion of telly.
We've dropped the price in half of Slim Shots right now if you subscribe. Before, remember, they were $14.99. Wow. If you subscribe and have at least one of these every month or every couple of weeks, there's 21 sachets inside the box. So some people have 3 a day, and that's highly recommended because you get lots more fibre in. Actually, if you have 3 a day, there is enough glucomannan in there to also reach another claim that we're allowed to make, is that it lowers the bad cholesterol, the LDL, although I'm not personally one of those that actually believes there's such thing as bad cholesterol. But if you subscribe to cholesterol, LDL being not so good for you, then having 3 Slim Shots in a day allows us to claim that it drops your LDL cholesterol. So, Slimshots are amazing. What did that take? That took a couple of minutes. Right, let's show you another one.
Are we going to another one?
I'll have to open one up.
We've got another one here.
Have you?
Oh,
Oh,
here we
look,
go.
fantastic. So let's go water again.
Right.
Let's go some more water.
I'll just move this over here, this one.
Oh, we didn't bring the graphics on for you earlier. We also now, I don't think we did, we also have our own Primal protein, which is fantastic. You want to make sure that it's not full with any nasties. So we have got our own protein shakes for you. Again, you could fill it to the top, but I didn't. I'll once again use a Slim Shot in.
I like where this is going. This is the chocolate and then berry with the Slim Shots.
Berries, no rules with me and Hannah. As long as it's healthy, we don't mind. And then what I will do this time is I will use the cocoa butter, which is brilliant. This is just pure.
I think you've got the coconut there again, have you?
Oh, okay. So I picked the wrong one up. So that just happened.
Got the right one there, yeah?
You've got the right one there. Yeah, I have got the right one. So cocoa butter, what is great about cocoa butter, it smells of chocolate because that is exactly what it is. This is pure chocolate.
I mean, it just looks like gorgeous white chocolate, solid white chocolate.
Solid white chocolate. Smells like chocolate, tastes like chocolate, and it is. And you might say, well, is chocolate healthy? Yes, chocolate is really, really healthy as long as it's pure.
Good to hear.
You know, most of the chocolate we get in the supermarkets and our chocolate bars are just full of additives and some dairy products, not the normal dairy products we'd recommend. So when you want chocolate, you want pure chocolate. So it all goes in, right? It all goes in. We've already put the whole lot in already. Give it a little shake, put it onto the Slender blender, and as if by magic, press the button on the front. We've now got the fat that we need, the healthy fat from the cocoa butter. We've got the chocolate. Oh, we haven't got a glass this time.
It's all right, you could use the lid and then drink it straight out of the...
There we go. It comes with the lid. And away you go, and that.
Oh my word, I mean...
Does not taste
please.
like a healthy way to start the day.
Same one, but
it's a very, very healthy way to start the day. So,
lovely.
A couple of recipes there. They are in the Primal Gourmet book, but again, it shows you can add lib a little bit because I haven't got psyllium husk. Just forgot to bring it into the studio this morning. But that is, it just tastes amazing. You've got fibre in your Slim Shots to start your day off. Also helps you stop feeling so hungry. So that helps you avoid that mid-morning snack, which again helps us with our weight loss. We've got the fibre, we've got the glucomannan in there, which again expands like this big sponge. And therefore stops us feeling so hungry. We've got the healthy fat, we've got the protein from the whey protein shakes. Yes, we now do our own whey protein. You've been asking and asking and asking for the last year. It's taken us a year to develop them because believe it or not, whey protein, if you're going to do it properly and you're going to do it without all the additives, and if you're going to make sure that it is completely primal, it took us a long time to develop these, a long time to develop them, but this is all organic, it's totally natural, it's from European cows, it's not been imported from back and beyond somewhere.
Yeah.
This is, as far as I'm concerned, as good as you can get when it comes to protein. Remember, protein of the 3 macronutrients, which is fat, protein and carbohydrates, this is one that we call the building blocks of life, right? That's why you get protein in nearly all natural foods. And we bring it you in chocolate flavour, or we bring it you in vanilla flavour. And the chocolate, what have we added, of course? We've added raw cocoa powder. Many people do whey protein that are chocolate, add produced, manufactured chocolate. We don't, we go natural.
So, I mean, this tastes incredibly sweet, and so, so does it when you use the vanilla. What actually is giving it that sweetness? If it's not sugar, what's in this?
It's the stevia.
It's the stevia.
Yeah.
And it's natural.
Yeah. So that's all it is. So when people, I think when people will have the protein powder, they think, oh, that's quite sweet, and it is because of the stevia, but it is all natural. And I think if you look at so many protein brands out there, they do have loads of added ingredients. People just think because it says protein that is automatically healthy. It's not.
I've got an idea.
It's always dangerous when Steve says this, by the way.
From your protein balls earlier on.
Here we go.
From your protein balls
you don't
earlier
need this
on.
anymore, no?
I don't know.
You had some coconut how do I say, desiccated coconut left over.
Coconut flakes. Yeah.
So let's put the desiccated coconut in and have even more goodness, because you know I think coconut is probably the most important ingredient on the planet for health. Let's make that even sweeter still.
There's just so many variations. You can just do anything.
I find when people hear like a recipe for a protein smoothie, they automatically think, oh, I don't need that because I don't work out. But as Steve keeps saying, protein is so essential. It's the building blocks to our bodies. And if you, like so many of us as well, probably don't realise that we don't have enough protein in our diet. So just because you don't work out, you still need protein. And protein, of course, keeps us feeling fuller for longer, so it's definitely a recipe that probably everybody should have every now and then. Yeah.
Interestingly, you know, my boyfriend actually said to me, "Oh, you're going to put on loads of muscle mass, like taking the mickey, having a bit of a joke," and I was like, "No, that's not the case. Protein is incredibly crucial."
All food breaks down into 3 macronutrients: protein, fat, and carbohydrates. There's only one of those 3 the human body does not need any. You couldn't survive without any carbohydrates, but the body can't survive. We would die if eventually we don't get fat and protein in our diet. So it's essential. Right, look, we've shown you a bit of cooking.
Yeah.
Well, not cooking, but you did your great balls earlier on. We've shown you 2 really fast recipes. I want to just finalise the show today, explain exactly what you get with the Slender blender, because you might be new to the Slender blender. We have 3 different offers, or 4 actually, but so the first one comes with the blender and the chopper. It was the chopper that earlier on Hannah used to make the protein balls. I'll just quickly, again, we made those really quick, didn't we? So I'll just get that out for you. Get your brand new one out so you can see it. This is a chopper, and what makes our solution completely unique is that you only have 1 engine. So you have the same engine that I used a second ago, like this, to make my breakfast smoothies. So we're not taking up hardly any space in the kitchen. So it works this way round to do your blending. Then you take that off and you turn it upside down. I won't do it right now, but Hannah showed you earlier on, to then drive the actual bowl. Yeah.
So it's not taking up loads of space in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier. Literally, you've got all you need in just those 2 little bits.
Yeah, you've normally got to spend over £100 to get a chopper and then get a blender. We've given it all in one solution. And in the red one, so if you go for the red colour, which you've got down here, if you go for the red one, it's a couple of pounds more, because in the red one, we also give you a vacuum lid. And the way the vacuum lid works is you actually, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do as well. I will actually, it's the Pro Plus that comes with this lid. It basically, you pump and pump and pump, and it takes out all the air. So if you're out and about and you think you're going to drink it in the afternoon and you want to take all the oxygen out to keep it really fresh, you put this on the top and you pump. And that's the one that comes in at $49.99 with the red version. If you go for the black version, you still get 2 of your drink holders, and but what you get here is you just get 2 of the more normal lids that seal, because not everybody needs a vacuum. So that one comes in, I think if I remember right, at $47.99. So you get the motor, you get the 2 drinking jugs, you get the blender, you get the mixer, you get everything.
Get a lot.
You get the lot. Oh, and by the way, right now, and only for a limited period only, we're going to actually give you the book. The book alone in the stores and on Amazon is $19.99. We normally do that on offer about half price, because we want you to cook healthily. But we're going to throw the book in with any of the Slender blenders completely free of charge. So we started at $49.99. We then went $47.99 with the normal lids. But if you want just to make smoothies in the morning, whether it be with your yogurts, whether that be the way we've just shown you, then you can choose red or black. And with that, you get the one sort of jug that doubles up then as your drinking jug as well. You literally take, well, I'll quickly just show you again. this the one plugged in? Is this one plugged in? I think it is. It is. Yep. So once you've finished making your smoothies, you could do yogurts. You can do
so many
things.
varieties.
You can put yogurt in there with one of the simple ones in my house. You see it being done a lot. You get frozen berries, put them in the fridge before you go to bed at night. Next morning, drop your berries in, put your yogurt in, and hey presto.
The frozen berries act like ice cubes that you'd normally put in a smoothie.
Oh, do you actually go frozen, do you? Is that where you go?
Yeah.
See, I do the opposite. I defrost mine the night before, but you put them in frozen.
No, yeah, if you use them frozen, it acts like a slushy, so it's like a slush smoothie.
Oh, well, that's really great for the summer.
Yeah, really nice.
And that's how you take it on the go. You take it to work, to school, they're packed with energy.
Amazing. So whilst you're speaking about berries as well, just going back to that, is frozen or fresh better? Because you referenced something about frozen berries before, and I'm quite intrigued.
So when it comes to different things with different food ingredients, I personally prefer frozen because most companies are going to pick the reputable brands. They freeze them very quickly after they've picked it. Whereas quite often, if you have fresh berries, you don't know how long it's been since they were picked and now it's delivered to your home.
Got it.
There are some reports on the internet that an apple, the average life of an apple in some supermarkets is a year from the day it was picked to the day you consume it.
Wow.
They keep them in oxygen-free warehouses looking for 4 or 8 that are exactly the same, looking the same. That for me can't be healthy. So I'd actually prefer frozen.
Yeah,
by the sounds of it.
Like you say, literally they're picked, they're frozen straight away, so they got all the goodness delivered.
So it retains it.
Yeah, and as well, I always find frozen fruits to be a lot cheaper. My boyfriend likes to buy fresh blueberries, and every time we go into Tesco's, I'm like, no, buy the frozen blueberries because they last so much longer. But I mean, if it's really a personal preference, but if you want the goodness, then I would say the frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that might be a bit of a misconception, because if you say to somebody outright frozen or fresh, I think with fruits they're going to go, well, fresh.
I think with berries you go frozen and organic.
Frozen and organic.
Organic's really important.
Tick and tick, yeah.
Tick, but fresh is good, but good frozen, good fresh, but given a choice, go frozen.
Okay.
Great for your family, great for your loved ones, a great way of starting the day off. Get your Slender blender, get your whey protein, get your Slimshots, because Slimshots are more than just about losing weight, they're also about starting the day off with great fibre. Get your coconut oil and your cocoa butter, and you're about to start the day off in a real great way. How are we doing on show? How long have we been going? And have we got time to do more?
Fabulous,
A quick one, 8 minutes. I'm going to throw back to you then, Hannah.
Go on, Hannah. I think you've got something.
Have you got anything else you can throw really quickly?
This is literally just to throw it in a blender and just do it. With smoothies.
Not any blender. This is the Slender blender.
With smoothies, I like to just. Although I like following recipes, I just think
I'm going to
if
get
you
your
just
way.
chuck it.
There you go.
We'll do a little swap round. Here we go. There we go.
So one of my favourite ones, particularly post-workout, I like to have a banana, some almond butter or peanut butter. I personally go for almond butter because of their benefits. I lived off peanut butter for probably too long, so.
have you overdone it with the peanut butter?
Yeah.
If it's unsweetened and there's no added sugar, honestly, it's a great ingredient.
And as with anything, I always try to just get in a varied diet, because I am a creature of habit. So if I like something, I will stick to that every day. And and then milk, we've got our lovely almond milk.
Great alternative.
Yeah, great alternative to just your normal milk. Coconut milk would be fine as well, but because we're sticking with the almond butter, I've just gone for almond milk. So we are literally just going to.
Now, can I just say, as you're doing this, I've tried this recipe, and if you love chocolate and if you have a bit of a sweet tooth, then this is the one for you, because this is the definition of making healthy tasty. It really will curb that craving. If you reach for the snacks, if you reach for the sweet stuff, then this is the one for you. And there's so many different variations.
If you're trying to lose weight at home, though, I would only say one banana. Because bananas are good.
Yeah.
But also, if you have too many bananas, can be too much energy in one go. But
as well with these, I like to just, so snack-wise, you could just have half of this in the morning and then half in the afternoon. So
vacuum lid.
Yeah.
Use your vacuum lid.
Yeah.
And this is a total meal replacement. You will not need breakfast if you have this at home. You just won't need breakfast, because there is so much energy. And if you are on maybe a 5-2 fasting diet, and it's a day that you're actually fasting, then probably just one of the get rid of that
just a bit of packaging there, that's all.
Probably just one banana if you're trying to lose weight, but 2 bananas if you're not trying to lose weight. But this is a total meal replacement, and it's all healthy, and we're just showing you how to use the Slender blender here, because don't go looking on our website for bananas and peanut butter, because we just don't.
We don't do it, no.
But we're just showing you how to use the Slender blender. You will find the whey protein on our website, because we now sell the whey protein. You will find the Slimshots that I showed you earlier. You will find the coconut, cocoa butter. You also find the coconut oil. But Hannah's just showing you another meal replacement as a way to start your day off with avoiding those cereals. I really want to be known as the cereal killer. I want to get rid of the cereals in your cupboard at home, because all cereals, regardless what traffic light system is on the box, all grain eventually turns into sugar inside the body. And if we're trying to lose weight, if we're at risk of diabetes, if we're worried about cancer, if we're worried about so many different things, we need to cut down the amount of carbohydrates we're consuming. Here's a great, very light, if not almost carbohydrate-free meal.
Yeah,
right, let's do
so
this.
we've got the 2 bananas or 1 banana, as Steve says. We've got a tablespoon of the almond butter and a tablespoon of the cacao powder. You can add an optional scoop of protein, but that is entirely up to you. And then we literally just whisk it all together. And that
much quieter than most.
Oh, wow, it really is.
Blenders
It really,
on the
really
market.
is. Some of them, I mean, you almost sort of want to walk out of the room whilst it's happening.
Well, we call it the Slender blender because we want to get everybody blending to become slender.
Yeah.
We made the bottle nice and slender.
Thank you. Yeah.
Of course, the quiet blender.
To share.
So because you've got the almond butter and the cacao powder, it really does. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it tastes healthy. It's just a
That's a
nice.
beauty.
Yeah, and it's just I think we all suffer with sugar cravings every now and then, and
That's
that is
great.
just.
Yeah.
That's the perfect one, and the kids will love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So great for the family. And can I just say, and that sort of perfectly brought me to that with what you've said there, Hannah, about the kids and great for the family. This isn't about just a gadget that's going to sit on your countertop unused or in the back of the kitchen cupboard. This really is about helping you and the ones that you care about, the ones that you love, live happier and healthier and longer by actually knowing what's inside of your smoothies and your shakes and what's actually going into your food. We've talked about some amazing, healthy, really, really tasty recipes there that you can make yourself, make with your family, and are great for sharing. But it's really about moving away from the processed stuff, moving away from the packaged stuff that sometimes packaged even in a way that you think, oh, that's really healthy, but actually it's
very
not.
misleading.
It's giving you the power. The power is in your hands. It's fun. It's tasty and it's quick. It's really, really quick.
So quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done, ladies. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for whipping up a storm in the Primal kitchen. There will be more of these programs coming. What I recommend you do is you get either the entire Slender blender with the mixing unit in the big pack at $49.99, or you get the smaller one at $19.99. And then why not in future, when we've got one of these programs coming up, why not get your Slender blender ready out? Maybe have us on your on your mobile phone in the kitchen or on your iPads or your laptops, and join in. Eventually, let's do some massive big cook-offs together. Let's do some big primal events all together. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this show, and we will be back just the other side of this very important small film.
What life gives, we will take and make yellow flowers Father says, take your burden down to my soil. Now we'll make yellow flowers for you.
That's the Colourful Life Foundation, one of the 3 charities we're very proud to support here at Primal Cure. 3 charities that are all around good nutrition and getting the health message out around our small planet. 25%, in fact, of all the profits we make at Primal Cure go to the Colourful Life Foundation. Now, my show producer said, quickly summarise, Steve, you've got a couple of minutes to quickly summarise what you're getting in your deals. So, the Slender Blender. You can choose red or choose black. It comes with the 1 drinking bottle. It comes with your little engine, this superb, powerful motor that is really, really powerful, but yet still very quiet for your kitchen for in the mornings when the rest of the family are in bed. The entire parcel, and don't forget right now, for a limited time only, you're also going to get a copy of my cookbook, or mine and Hannah's that we wrote together over the last year, full of great recipes for you and your family. That alone is normally £19.99. Now, if you want to then have the parcel with the unit that actually does the blending that we saw Hannah using earlier on. So the blending unit, this is £47.99. That includes 2 drinking bottles, the motor and the blending unit. And remember, I'll just quickly put down here, the way that works, you take the same machine that you use to put your smoothies on, like so. Now you invert it, put it on upside down, and then you can either use the button on the front, which is the same button as you use when you're blending, or there's an additional button on the top. And listen to how quiet these are when you are using them. Really, really, in fact, let's push it down the surface because it always makes you do that. Compared to the blenders, very, very quiet. And then all the way up here, for an extra £2, exactly the same, but what you get is the pump lid, which is great for taking out any oxygen that's in the bottle. So if you're maybe making a snack for your children or for yourself, and you're thinking longer in the day, maybe late afternoon, this will take out any oxygen in your bottle and stops it from oxidizing. So 3 choices, and all of them, by the way, come with a free copy of the book. You can have just the smoothie maker, what we call the Slender Blender. Isn't that a great name, the Slender Blender? We have the Slender Blender on its own at £29.99, £47.99 with the mixer, or if you want the extra £2, you can have the pump handles to take out the oxygen. Whichever way you go, get on the phone really quickly. A great way, not just for breakfast, for the whole day, if you like, to blend and to mix really, really healthy recipes. Best of luck, and do share your recipes online. We'd love to hear what you get up to in your kitchen.
Our environment and the food we eat has changed more over the past 100 years than over the past 1 million, and there are more people suffering with preventable illnesses than ever. So much for progress. How would you feel if I told you that most of what we've been conditioned and brought up to believe about food and health is simply wrong? We've all heard, don't skip breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day. Never sunbathe, it causes skin cancer. Eat 3 meals a day and eat little but often, and so many more, and all are wrong. Some of the biggest health misconceptions of modern times. Primal Cure is here to challenge these misconceptions and unveil the truth about weight loss and how to improve our health and ultimately our longevity. Steve Bennett, the author of Primal Cure, details the picture as it unfolded for him on his journey to restoring his own health and well-being after spending his adult life overweight.